What's up, my mini makers? Welcome to another episode of Tiny Tim's Minis. For those of you that do not know, I am Tim, and on this channel I take big things and I make them small. So this is officially episode 2 of Miniature Artist Reacts. This week we're doing it on an artist called Zan Von Zed, one of my favorite artists. They make such cool, unique things. Their paint jobs are great. Their sculptures are great. They made this one. It was like an Aztec burial site. They made like this Camp Krusty big old sign. It's really cool. It made an Adventure Time diorama, which kind of made me want to make an Adventure Time diorama. So that's why I made an Adventure Time diorama. So go check out the Adventure Time diorama I just put up. They also made a slug on Monster Bash. I saw that. I put mine up, and then they put theirs up, and I'm like, we both made slugs. We're basically twins. So don't forget, go check out their YouTube. They got, again, amazing sculptures. They inspire me to make sculptures, and I'm really excited to go over one of their newest videos. They're making like, I don't know what they're making. I just, from the thumbnail, it looks like a mushroom planet. It looks like a guy in a space suit and he's lost in the space world. I don't know. Let's find out. But before we get to it, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like. If there's anything you want me to react to, comment down below. Send me some links. I think that's it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get watching. Just from initial looks, fantastic. I love their paint jobs. Every paint job they do is, they have such a cool style. They use a lot of different colors, a lot of pinks, a lot of reds. Wonderful. Canvas frame, I like it. Building a diorama onto a frame so you can hang it on a wall. That's really cool. I want to do that. We might do that. Alright, putting tinfoil on. Looks like they're building up a base. We're going to be adding, so they don't have to use that much clay. Clay is expensive. Sometimes I've made some sculptures where I've just used clay, and I really should have used tinfoil to build up that base. But tinfoil will save you a lot of money. Ooh, got little drippies on there. Looks like some rocks gonna be coming down. If you don't have a lot of tools, you can use literally anything. You're using the end of a paintbrush. You can use your hands. You can use anything that'll get it smooth. This also looks like it's gonna add some like nice rock texture onto it. So that's the thing I do like about tinfoil, is that you don't really need to add the rock texture. You just put the clay over top of it. You got yourself rocks, basically. It's really nice. Oh my, look at that. They're building up the frame on the edges. That looks so clean. That looks so nice. Oh yeah, those designs. Look at that. Oh my. That's nice looking. I love rock texture. Anything rock texture, I love it. Rock texture is my favorite thing to make, because you make like a flat base and then you mess it up a little bit with some tinfoil like that. You got yourself a rock. Ooh, adding some vines. This reminds me a lot of the Aztec one they did. They used this really cool technique in that one where at the end they had a little wire coming out of the mouth and dripped a little bit of red resin out to make it look like it was bleeding, like from the mouth. And it was, oh my god. I've wanted to do that in one of my builds for such a long time. I'm like, where am I going to use that? How am I going to use that? But rock texture, 10 out of 10. I love it. Like, you can use XPS foam if you want, but if you're doing something like this, where everything you use is clay, it's also really easy. You just like cut up some rocks. Like, look at a picture of a rock, and then you cut it up, and then you add the texture with the tinfoil or a rock. You know me, I like a good rock. You're good to go. Oh, they're using their 100,000 subscribers as a clay cutting board. That's amazing. What a champ. Okay, it looks like they're making some trees and or armature for, my guess is like a tree thing. Mushrooms are great. I want to make just a bunch of mushrooms. I made one mushroom for my Odd Wilderness book cover, and it was a lot of fun. It looked really good. But I just want to make a bunch of mushrooms because they look like so much fun. 2 mushrooms. Those look good. Like, they're giant like tree mushrooms. Ooh, this gets me excited. I'm really excited to start because I made that Odd Wilderness book cover, and I've been designing some creatures to make. So this gets me excited to do something. What the heck is that? That was... Take me back to that. There's weird little baubles. Ooh, I want to make my own clay tools. All you do, just get like a stick, make a texture thing on the end of it, bake it. You got yourself a texturizing tool. It is so cool. Miscast does that a lot too. Oh, it's growing up from the top. Oh man, I love that. This one at the far edge with the weird little droops at the top. That looks so nice. I love all of their stuff. They have like weird little baking transitions. Now what are they making? Like a break apart rock? Yep. Yep, break apart rock. Nice, that looks good. What is that called? It's like a stone something? A relic. They're making a relic. It's a relic. That's smart. Having, like, designing it to build as one and then break it apart. Is that Starbucks? What kind of world is this? Is this like ancient Starbucks? I love that. But yeah, building into one, and then when you're ready to break it apart, just break it apart. And then you have everything is cohesive. That's big brain thinking right there. Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's so smart. You would have never known it was Starbucks. I love those. Those are my favorite. I just look at that. You just want to feel that. I just want to touch that. This ancient Starbucks. That's so cool. This is my favorite thing that they do. They have a bunch of crumbled up old clay, and they use it as rocks. And the rocks look fantastic, because I mean it is like when you bake it and you break it, it's basically a rock. I don't know what it's made out of. Don't ask me questions like that. That's a hard question. But look at that. Like once you throw some paint on there, it's a gosh darn rock. What is this bottle? See you later, cork. Oh, that's smart. They're using it as the base for their astronaut. Look at that. I would have never thought of that. Would you have thought of that? I mean, you might have. I wouldn't. I'd have been like, this bottle. I'm a very one mind kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Just like, whew, blinders. What are we doing now? We make some paint? Some pigment powder? You know what they're doing? They're going to put it on the inside, swirl it around, bake it up, make it like a nice shiny black on the inside. That's all. Look at that. See? Going in. See you later. That way you don't have to paint the outside and it doesn't lose the shininess, but you get the inside, everything's coated up, and you can bake glass. That's really cool. Look at this cute little spaceman onto the paint job. So they were my inspiration to do a black undercoat of everything because it gives it such depth and it just adds, you don't have to do, I mean you can use a wash still, but it adds a wash basically to start with. Like you already have that black undercoat. You do a bunch of dry brushing and you're good to go. You got yourself a nice black undercoat, some shadows, everything. You got it good. You know what I'm saying? Like the paint job, they use such like deep, dark colors, and then like adds a nice little depth to everything. Like rock textures, they're so nice and so fun to do. You just do a bunch of dry brushings of gray, of whites, and it looks so good. Like as long as your sculpt looks nice and or your like rocks on your XPS film look good, throw on a bunch of dry brushings, you're fine. I mean, even if it doesn't look great, you do like some pretty good dry brushing. Like it makes anything that doesn't look okay, it makes it look, whoa, you're a freaking artist. How did you make this rock? It's like, it's not that hard. It's really, see, they did like a great dry brushing over everything, even the plants and everything, just to give it like a nice highlight. And then you can add, look at that pink, look at that paint job. But it adds like a highlight to everything, so it's nice. So you got the shadow with the black, you got some highlights with the dry brushing, and then you just go over with your colors, and it adds such depth to it. It looks so good. Like I mean, they're all just simple colors, but they like go the palette. It's the palette, because the blue on the little the ball thing, it matches with the blue on the suit, and it really just ties everything together. You got the green on the vines and the green on the bottom of that. It's very well done. Do some stippling, getting some bit more highlights, adding some dirt, make it look like he's been trekking a long time to get to his Starbucks and realized that's it. We're mixing up some glue and it looks like some flock foliage, maybe some clump foliage, like a nice olive green. Put it on there. You don't have to sculpt everything. You can add, that adds like a nice little, like just an extra texture on there. If you're like, good sculpt. Add in some clump foliage, some static grass. It really just kind of brings everything together. Like adds a nice realism to it. Some nuts. What are these? What did you make those? How did you make those? Whoa. Oh, we're done? Look at that. Paint job's nice. The nuts that she was talking about were probably just some little baubles attached to a string. That's great. You hang that on your wall. put that up in your office. I think that would look really cool. You would probably sell that to a Starbucks, being like, hey, Starbucks. Like, you put this in your bathroom or, like, behind your counter. You're done. You're done. That's really cool. 10 out of 10. And there we have it. Another great episode of Miniature Artist Reacts. If there's anything you want me to react to, comment down below. Go check out Zamvon Zed. They got some really cool stuff. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. Send them some love. Tell them Tiny Tim's Minis sent you. That'd be great. Okay. Yeah, go check their stuff out. A lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, I'll see you next time for another episode of Miniature Artist Reacts. See ya.
This one goes out to my patrons. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. You help a lot. Thank you for your support. If you would like to join, there's a link down below. I post some cool things on there, some behind the scenes footage. You get pictures and stuff. You help me decide what to make, and it helps me out because I work another job. But if I can get enough support, then I could do this full time. But let's start at the bottom. Just maybe a little support. That would be great. Yeah. Thank you.